This is Sarah Malanowski with Empowered to Live Free, and we are currently walking through a series on using what we have, knowing whatever that next step is that is highlighted, like in Psalm 119, 105, where it says, "Your word is a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path." What's that next step for you is kind of where we left off in our last episode, but this time I want to talk a little bit more about what we have in our hands. What is it that we're capable of? I want to take a look at Exodus 4. You know, there was this moment for Moses actually in Exodus 3 where he met with the great I Am at the burning bush. God gets his attention in such a big and significant way. The great I Am showing up to say, "It's time, Moses. It's time to go lead my people out of Egypt." And he's like, "What, me? Like, are you talking to the right guy? You got the right guy? Like, I don't know if you got the right guy. Let's talk about this. Like, let me tell you what I don't have." And God's like, "Well, what's that in your hands, Moses?" In chapter 4, verse 2, he's like, "What's that in your hands, Moses? What do you have? What do you possess that you have everything you need to walk in there?" It says, Moses answered, "What if they do not believe me or listen to me and say, 'The Lord did not appear to you'?" Verse 2 says, "And the Lord said to him, 'What is that in your hand?' 'A staff,' he replied. A staff. To Moses, it was just a stick. To Moses, it was just a rod that he was using through his time in the desert. He didn't know the significance and what that staff had the ability to do. But God, through his ultimate power, had an infinite amount of things that he would do with that staff. He would part the Red Sea with that staff. He would use it to tap and get water out of a rock. He would use that staff to turn into a snake and swallow the snakes that Pharaoh would have. He would use it every time in those interactions with Pharaoh. You see, Moses had everything he needed, not because he was sufficient in what he had, not because he was enough, not because he had everything it took, but because God had everything that was needed. So even in verse 11 and 12, it's like Moses is like, "Okay, yeah, I got the staff. Okay, I get that, God. You're showing me, even with my hand, like this leprosy thing, like, yeah, you're showing me some pretty significant things, but I'm still wondering, how are you going to use me? I don't have the mouth for this. I don't have the voice for this. I don't know if I can speak. Like, are they really going to follow me?" And he shows up and he says, "The Lord said to him, 'Who gave man his mouth? Who makes him deaf or mute? Who gives him sight or makes him blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go. I will help you speak and will teach you what to say.'" You don't have to know what to say in this very moment. You don't have to know what to do in this very moment. You just have to know the one who does know. You just have to make yourself available and surrendered and saying, "Okay, God, I don't have all the words. I don't have the full ability of what I think someone should have to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm available to you. And I know by the power that flows through your hands, there is a capability in me that I haven't even accessed. I haven't even fully discovered yet. But as I surrender myself to your purpose and I find that your plan always prevails for me, I know that somewhere in all of this, you're going to make sense of it. I just have to show up, available with what's in my hands and use what you have entrusted to me." So Moses is there in those opportunities, and even though he has this back and forth dialogue with God, God never gets tired of it. God is like, he sees Moses for who he's going to be, for the man he's going to be leading the people out of Egypt. He knows it's not going to be easy. He knows those people are going to cry and complain and whine and moan and groan all the way through that experience. But Moses is the man he's chosen to lead them. And Moses didn't have to have it all together to lead them. He just had to trust the one who did have it all together. So when God is asking you to take that next step, what are the lingering questions that you're still pondering? What in the back of your mind are you still asking, saying, "God, are you sure? Are you sure you want to use me? Like, I'm just me. I don't know that I have what it takes." What is God saying to you? How is he showing up, saying, "What's in your hands? What do you have? What do you possess right now that you can use to advance my glory?" Only you know. But when God says it's time to take the next step, stop giving him your excuses. Stop giving him your questions. Let him answer. All you have to show up with is your availability and your surrender, knowing that the God of the universe saw you long before this day and put everything in you that you need for that very next step. So what's that next step for you? What's in your hands? How will you use it to serve God?